That's all right. Okay, cool. Well, I'll start. So yeah, we are here at the crack team at Restaurant Business with a guest from Technomic, Robert Byrne, and we are going to review the Popeyes chicken sandwich as part of our
Hold 'em
series
up.
of yes, hold up your chicken sandwiches. We are going to review the chicken sandwiches for five big chains: Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, KFC, and McDonald's. And we will test them so you guys don't have to. And we're starting with Popeyes because Popeyes obviously is the one that started this entire chicken craze. Roughly 5 million restaurant chains have upgraded their chicken sandwiches. Is that where we're at now, Pat?
Yeah, I think we're over 20. Yeah.
Yeah, 25 million, whatever. It's easier to count the restaurant chains that have not upgraded their chicken sandwiches. So we're going to start out with it. So if you haven't eaten your chicken sandwiches, guys, go ahead.
So it has all the components too: pickles, the sauce, the chicken, and the bun.
Yeah, it's fundamentally a really good. Oh wait, you can't see mine. So it's a really good chicken sandwich. Hold on a second.
I'm impressed. Like, given the bag that it comes in here, that it is as full as it is. That's a tall sandwich relative to what I was expecting. So definitely points for the height.
Is anyone else a psychopath like me and needs to cut it in half just because I need a good cross section personally? But that's
nobody's a psychopath like you are.
Yeah, my fiance did, Luke.
Okay, well then
You're not.
I have to admit, the sandwich itself is a little intimidating. For me personally, it's kind of big, so I probably should have cut mine in half.
Well, I was always told that that's how you get straight to make sure you're getting everything in that first bite. Because a lot of times, especially in something that's to go, your first bite is all bun, right?
Right.
Good idea, Luke. I'm cutting mine in half.
Well, I mean, as a sandwich connoisseur myself, I need to see the middle. I need to see the.
Well, because the middle is a lot thicker too, so
right.
But then you miss out on all the coating. I guess you save it till the last bite.
Oh yeah, so like the last fries in the package, right? But I think the other thing here to consider is how many of us would, under ordinary circumstances, be eating this in the car. You don't cut a sandwich in half when you're eating it in the car, right? So
very true.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part about this sandwich, though, is that they put the sauce on it already. Not like Chick-fil-A, for example, where they make you dip and it's just like the rub that they use for whatever. But I mean, I've had this sandwich before, so I'll put that out there. But this is I always enjoy when they put the sauce on there because Popeye's sauce is fantastic.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at it. Looks good.
How the texture stayed crispy because mine came about 40 minutes ago and it's still pretty crispy and it's very moist inside.
I was about to say I had to order this to get here on time an hour ago, and so the fact that it is crispy and it actually, dare I say, had a little bit of warmth to it too, like it wasn't completely cold, was actually kind of impressive.
Yeah.
You think it's this handy carrying case that doubles as like a foil hat, maybe when you need it?
Yeah. I have to admit that this is not my first Popeyes chicken sandwich. I feel like I made Benita wait in line an hour with me.
It was so worth it, though.
It was worth it, but I don't feel like it was this big. Did they make it bigger?
Nope.
Am I imagining things?
Big.
I don't know.
Maybe you got smaller.
Maybe. No, I didn't.
But I bring about so many chicken sandwiches, I forgot what the sauce is on this one. Is it more than just mayonnaise? To me, it tastes like mayo.
They call it classic mayo. And the other option I had to ask about this morning is classic or spicy because it's based on the mayo.
Yeah.
So it's just classic mayo.
Yeah. Classic mayo.
Which, Luke, you said earlier something about putting it on the sandwich for you as opposed to the Chick-fil-A sauce. One could argue that that's actually advantageous for the brand because that sauce, there's a lot of sauce that comes in that Chick-fil-A packet, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of bang for buck. This is portion control on their end, right? So maybe there's like a modest cost savings on the per sandwich level involved. I don't know.
I'm curious why, because Popeyes has a spicy chicken, but they don't put that on the sandwich. It's just a.
You can order it spicy though.
But it's the sauce, not the chicken, right?
Mm.
Yes, it's the sauce, not the chicken, and that's basically for ease of service.
Right.
And that's kind of how that's how most companies are doing it. Is the sauce is where the spice is. So hey, let's talk about. I think we've covered most of this in terms of the travel. Everybody says it traveled pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
The texture is really good. Joe, how would you rate the components? Bun good?
The components, the bun is good. Maybe a tad too soft. Chicken is excellent. Great crunch, moist on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
and the pickles are great. Yeah, I mean, I've had this before. I think it's nearly perfect.
Peter, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I got mine. I think most of you got delivery. I got takeout, and mine didn't travel that well. So it got kind of mushed up, and it wasn't as if I had well, I did have a long journey, but it wasn't as if I bounced around the sandwich. But I give it high grades. It as Joe said, it has that moistness, it has that crispiness. It kept that. It didn't get soggy, and I had a long drive, like a 30-minute drive to get it back. It also kept its heat really well,
Mm-hmm.
and the apportionment of the sauce that's on it was well done. It's nice and even. So I give it high grades. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan for sure. It was not inexpensive though. I will say that. So
Let's talk about cost a little bit. How much it cost you, Peter?
well, I got 2 sandwiches and one I turned into a meal with a soda. It was $15.
Mm.
So I think the sandwich was about 6,
Okay.
5 and change, which for the market where I'm in right now in upstate New York, that's very high. That's really a premium price. Now it is a premium sandwich, but that is considerable. I could have gone literally 2 blocks to a Wendy's, and I think it's a little less. If I had gone another 3 blocks to a Burger King for the chicken sandwich they currently have at that unit near me, which I don't think is the new chicken sandwich, that would have been probably at least $1 less.
Yeah. Benita, how much did you pay?
So I paid close to around $20. I got the combo deal that included the drink and the side, but I did look it up too. If I just got the chicken sandwich, it still was going to cost me before tip $13.74, and so just for one chicken sandwich without any drink or side or anything. So that's pricey.
Where are you at?
Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago.
How about you, Robert?
$3.99 per sandwich, $8.99 for the combo meal. So I think that if once I looked at that, I'm like, I'm not interested in that combo meal. I'm going to get a sandwich for myself, one for each of my kids, and a large red beans and rice, $19 out the door. I think the delivery fees are unreasonable, personally.
Egregious.
But yeah, $3.99. I didn't have any issue at all with that pricing. Before tax and whatever else you care to add on to that. But I did notice the gap there, the $5 gap when you hit the meal, and I thought, that's where they get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very interesting because in some respects that's counterintuitive.
Mm-hmm.
You think they'd want to have that just a short reach to the meal, to the combo, but get the soft drink on there. That would help with the margins too. So I'm kind of surprised that was the case.
Well, unless the chicken sandwich is the high margin item, and it doesn't matter to them.
Mm.
Yeah. How much did you pay, Pat?
So my chicken sandwich was $9.76 just for the sandwich. I got the combo meal, so it was about $13. I know I'm a big spender here. And then I had it delivered, so it came to like over $16 for the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's expensive in Manhattan.
How many people got it delivered, like DoorDash or any? Okay, raise your hands.
I got mine
Okay, so
delivered.
most of us. Okay, because
Mine costs $60.
What else did you get though?
I ordered sandwiches for a family, and then I tip well. I tip well because I'm not a jerk. And so I have, there's 4 of us, one of whom eats for 2, not literally for 2. He's just 16 years old, and he's an athlete, and that's all he does is eat. So he ate 2 sandwiches, so, and then we had it delivered, so I paid a delivery premium, and based on the comments here, it really seems like the delivery premium for Popeyes is probably in the neighborhood of 40 to 50%, which is not necessarily the subject of this review, but is definitely an issue in my opinion, because that's a lot of money. Frankly, that's a little bit too much.
That's going to impact my perception of what I'm eating every time, right? I know that the most delicious food is the food that's free.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking at it that way. And if I'm paying, twice the price for a sandwich just to have somebody deliver it to me, I'm going to enjoy the sandwich that much less, 50% less enjoyment, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a better consumer than I am, Robert. I have to admit that my price point, I think, is probably very much in line with yours here in Oak Park. I paid about $9 for the meal. I didn't even notice that it was adding that much more on top of the sandwich, I have to admit. I just kept clicking things, and I was like, I can get Popeyes chicken sandwiches delivered to my house, and I don't even have to get up. Done. So I paid for 2 sandwich meals and a 3-piece meal. I paid $40. That includes the delivery.
Did you all go directly to DoorDash and use their app and order that way?
I did.
Yep.
No,
I went to Popeyes.
Yeah, and here I got it through Grubhub.
Yeah, who delivered, Abby? Who delivered, if you went to the Popeyes app or mobile site, who actually delivered it?
That's a really excellent question. I'm not sure if it was Grubhub or DoorDash, to be totally honest with you.
Oh, you went through the app.
Mine
No, it was DoorDash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Because
Well,
mine was $21 for a combo meal plus DoorDash. I'm looking at the breakdown right now. I'm upset that you can't just order the sandwich through DoorDash
Yes.
or any of these delivery chains, right?
Like it's too cheap.
Oh, I mean, Chick-fil-A, you can order just a Chick-fil-A sandwich. You can literally just order that and they will send it to you. So I'm interested to know if Popeyes probably intentionally did that. But I mean, $21 for the meal because of the delivery fees, and then the tip and the service fee. That's pretty expensive. That's probably the most expensive one we'll do, right?
yeah, that probably is going to be the most. Well, now Wendy's base price for its sandwiches is $4.99. So, so that's probably going to be the other one is going to be expensive, but McDonald's is going to be cheap, I believe. KFC is going to be cheap, and then Chick-fil-A is going to be cheap, cheaper. I don't know if any of it's cheap, but I mean the price points is. I definitely also noticed that you couldn't order just a chicken sandwich because I wanted an extra chicken sandwich for my 16-year-old.
Right.
On Uber
Gotta be a
Eats,
meal.
though, I believe you can order just an individual chicken sandwich is what I use. But then I saw this because I was trying to pay attention, but they tack on a $2 extra small like meal fee. So if you order underneath $10, and they charge you an extra $2. So
Interesting.
it's an interesting thing.
Rude.
Did you know that ahead of time? Did they alert you to that, or?
No, like I said, I was paying, because we were doing this, I was paying attention to my receipt. And so they list it on the receipt, but they don't, send you a little bing and saying, hey, we're charging you extra or anything like that. So.
Are any of us in areas where we know that that delivery fees are capped, or that there is any, I mean, I'm trying to think about what we have happening here in the city of Chicago, knowing that the Popeyes itself is in Chicago, as well as our my location. And I read about
Chicago is capped
30%, right?
at 15.
15. Okay.
15%.
And there's a DoorDash, if you order through DoorDash, they have a $2, either $1.50 or $2 extra fee because of that.
So it's not capped, because that fee could vary at any time they want, right?
Yeah.
They've uncapped the cap.
Cap with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Joe, do you know how much your delivery fee was?
So for some reason, I didn't have a delivery fee.
Really? 'Cause I
it was
did.
waived. It was
Really?
maybe because of my first time ordering
Okay.
this way, but I didn't have one. So mine was pretty cheap.
It must
I
be
had
right about delivery.
Yeah, they know who you are.
They know.
Yeah, they probably do.
Well, this is an abject lesson for me too, that I'm going to be my own delivery person for all of these, because thinking about the additional cost and the fact that it's percentage based, right? So if I'm ordering more than just food for me, which it would be unfair to the people who I share a house with, right? That's going to just increase that bill astronomically. So from a consumer perspective, it doesn't make any sense when it takes me probably 5 to 10 minutes to drive to any of these individual locations we're talking about. And you know what? The honest to goodness truth is, it's a welcome opportunity for me to get out of my house in the middle of the day. It's a beautiful sunny day, and yes, I have a ton of work to do just like everybody else, but that opportunity to get out and see something different and see a lady next to me order one biscuit for $1.09, you know what I mean? That, to me, that's worth it. That's way more worth it than the convenience of having it delivered to my doorstep.
You guys have got it delivered. How long did you have to wait? And was the food hot when it arrived?
Yeah, so mine came in about 40 minutes, which isn't bad for Manhattan.
Yeah.
I had to say around
They
this.
kept alerting me with text as to, the progress it's making, so.
Joe, how long did yours take?
Yeah, about the same. I think between 30 and 40 minutes.
All right.
Got here. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It got here a little early, and so I just put it in the oven to keep it warm, and I'm pretty happy with how warm it was.
All right. Benita?
Yeah, I'd say mine was around 40, 50 minutes. And like I mentioned earlier, it was actually warm when I picked it up, from downstairs, which was great. Pleasantly surprised by that.
All right. Abby? Abby, how
Sorry.
long did you take?
Mine took about half an hour, but the Popeyes is like an embarrassing 5 minutes from here. So I probably should have just gone to go get it myself.
I was the same way, Abby. I was there's a Popeyes just right down the road from where I live, and that's probably why it cost so much. Mine came in 15 minutes. I ordered it at 12:10, and it was here at 12:25 Central Time. Yeah, but I paid for a delivery fee and a service fee, which costs more than the actual meal itself. So I don't know if that was built into it, that the speed of it, but I was paying a premium for, and then it was delicious. Everything. It was crispy. The bun was, soft on the inside, and it had a nice little crunch on the outside too. But I mean, I paid the premium for it to get here quickly and keep it warm and everything like that. And the Popeyes is probably, a 5 to 10 minute walk from where I am. So.
All right. So Robert, did you just hold up some a rice bowl?
Red beans and rice, still hot,
Yes.
still spicy, delicious.
I also got red beans and rice because there is zero chance that I'm going to go to Popeyes and not get it. So as much as we talk about the chicken sandwich, the red beans and rice is better. And it's the best, in my opinion, it is the best side dish in fast food.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's my hot take.
Now, is that because fries are commoditized? Because there's some fries out there that like are pretty otherworldly, you know?
Yes, there's some really good fries out there. McDonald's has really good fries. Popeyes fries isn't bad. But I just think that the red beans and rice is so different. And it's legitimately very good. I mean, and it would be good no matter where you ate it from. It was the first time I ate Popeyes and I had this red beans and rice. It was the biggest surprise that I had because it was just extremely good. Peter, I hear you like.
Well, I was just going to say I would put the tempura battered string beans at the Habit up there too. But going way back, I mean, the first time I heard about Popeyes, kind of shrugged. Okay, they sell fried chicken. But when I heard about the sides, that's always been a signature. Their dirty rice is fantastic. I mean, all of their sides are just so unique and just so flavorful. And that had always been the knock against it. The sides are better than the chicken, but they've certainly made huge strides in the last decade or so.
Well, it's interesting to me that, casual dining chains, as a consumer of casual dining chains, it really is all about the appetizers and the sides because, sometimes a sandwich is a sandwich or a salad or a steak or a burger is a burger, right? And that is where a lot of them have those points of differentiation. We also know from a lot of the data that we have, that's where the craveability sits, right? In those unique differentiated items, craveable items. Is this something that fast food operators just are not as keyed in on? Because, this is the secret sauce right here. So I'm just curious as to why maybe we don't see more of that out of fast food, particularly legacy fast food chains.
Operational efficiency, and profit margin. If you think about it, the two perfect products for fast food are French fries because they're inexpensive to buy. The cost is low. You're not going to make them at home. And the same thing with soft drinks. And both provide just beautiful margins. One thing, as I said, I got mine through the drive-through. You do wait a long time for the sandwiches and the sides at Popeyes. It's not a speedy experience, but I think over the years they've really bolstered the efficiency of their sides, but it's got to come into play.
I think if you go to a lot of the fast casuals are doing chicken sandwiches now too, and they have more inspired sides. Like BurgerFi has sweet potato fries, which are really good. And they're also, slightly more expensive, although I haven't gotten one delivered, but I think they started around $8-9 just for the sandwich.
Okay. So closing comments, Pat, any overall thoughts on the whole chicken sandwich thing?
Well, I'm impressed at how well it handled through delivery because I really had my doubts about it being crispy when it arrived, and it is. I think it could have used a couple of more pickles, or maybe the pickles all went to one side. When I cut it in half, I only ate one half so far. So anyway, but I thought overall it was a really good experience.
All right, got it. Pat likes pickles. Abby.
I thought it was delicious, and we didn't really talk about this, but I thought the bite itself was really good and really tender. I don't love chicken sandwiches all the time because I feel like sometimes you get weird things in there, and I don't like encountering weird things in my sandwich. This had none. It was very crispy where it mattered and really soft where it mattered. So I loved it, and I thought I actually appreciated, being able to push a button and have it arrive on my doorstep. I give it an A+.
All right. Robert.
Go for the chicken sandwich. Stay for the red beans and rice.
That's right. That's right. You don't really have to worry about your red beans and rice like not being crispy when it arrives. That's the other thing I like. It's just so much more holdable. You know, I got mine. Anyway. It's we've talked enough about red beans and rice. It's a chicken sandwich thing, Jonathan. All right, Luke. Luke, what are your thoughts?
Well, I was lucky because it's right down the road, so it traveled well. The packaging is great. I think this is like up there with one of the best buns that I've had in fast food, period. Like I would say every time I have In-N-Out burger, the bun is just perfect. And this for me, it does it every single time. Like Abby said, it's crispy where it matters, it's soft where it matters. And I mean, this is if we're going on a rating scale, I don't know if we're doing ratings for all of these, but this is as close to a 10 out of 10. I'd probably put like 8 or 9 out of 10 consistently. This is one of the best chicken sandwiches on the market for sure.
All right. Benita Gingerella.
Yeah, I would agree. I've had this chicken sandwich before, but I actually got it at an actual Popeyes location. So I was impressed that it actually held up the same when it was delivered, and it was, kind of the same quality that I came to expect. So, yeah, super good. Would order again.
Awesome. Joseph.
For a fast food item, I think this is, right up there with the Culver's Butterburger. Not quite there, but it's in the same tier. And I think it tastes great. It didn't fall apart. I feel like a lot of chicken sandwiches tend to, go everywhere on your plate after the first couple bites. I think it's great. I'd give it a 8 out of 10.
All right.
And I gotta go.
All right, Peter.
Thanks, everyone.
I think it's great that we started off with Popeye sandwich because clearly it is the standard for the business right now. It is really a very, very good sandwich, something that you would rave about if you got it in a full service restaurant, and worth the money. And my only gripe is that there was only one, though knowing that Pat has half a sandwich left is of interest. But I give it an enthusiastic thumbs up.
Yeah, yeah. It's a very, very good sandwich. No question about it. The good price, it's a really good price point to me. I mean, the delivery issue is the delivery issue. I don't give it any, I don't knock it at all for the price on delivery, simply because that is increasingly the norm in the restaurant business, to be charging higher for delivery. So that sandwich's base cost is $4 is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from a quality to price standpoint, I'm not sure anything in the industry beats it. So that's my general point, and I think that does it for our Popeyes chicken sandwich taste test.